Dear Airtel customer, we know that there are days when unexpected stays in hospital stand in the way of your family's welfare. That is why Hospital Center is here to give you up to 100,000 shillings every night you spend in hospital. Hospital Center also offers up to 4-minute funeral benefit. Dial star 185 star 7 star 6 hash to purchase Hospital Center on Airtel Money for as little as 1,000, 3,000 or 5,000 shillings a month. Your cover for the first 1 month is free. Hospital Center is underwritten by Prudential and powered by Turaco. Prudential and Turaco are regulated by the Insurance Regulatory Authority of Uganda. Airtel Money is regulated by the Bank of Uganda.
Hello and welcome to News Tonight. I am Rhoda Ngonzi, on sign language, Elizabeth Nakakoni. Let's dig into it. President Yoweri Museveni has urged the Karimajong warriors to voluntarily surrender illegal guns and embrace development. He was officiating at the groundbreaking ceremony of the construction of a $300 million project of clinker and cement by a Chinese-based company, West International Holding Cement Limited, which is going to produce cement and clinker from the local sourced limestone from Moroto district. The factory is to sit on over 200 acres in Nadunget sub-county, Moroto district. It will produce 6,000 tons on a daily basis and employ over 1,000 people. President Museveni urged the Karimajong to tap from the opportunities which the project has brought.
And for the Turkana, I told them we will not come back to Uganda unless you bring the people who killed my people. They are now talking of compensation. Which is all right. But they must bring the killers first. Because we can't go on with this nonsense. Other people are going to the moon. And here just wasting time. Not only Karimajong, even other Ugandans who do stupid things wasting time. So please, we are not going to tolerate this anymore. Now, for my people of Upe, the Pokot, the leaders must be very firm. This game of using the fact that you have Pokot in Uganda, Pokot in Kenya, you steal cows here, you take them to Kenya. That should stop. I will go slowly and get the ones who are doing it. And even if they're in Kenya, I will work with His Excellency Ruto to get them for me. So I want to thank the West International Holdings again. Because as you heard, when their operations are fully developed, they will be earning about $900 million. In a year. And that is slightly more than what we are earning from coffee now.
Ebala ngedili ngangulu. Loito no way ngulu goneria montawana altoma ehawa. Aloto me pikaru alo igwanda.
So you can see the contribution they are making.
The King of Toro, Oyo Nyimba Kavamba Iguru Rukidi IV, has urged his subjects, to embrace developmental activities set aside by the kingdom under the 25 years development agenda. He was speaking during the 28th coronation anniversary at Karizruka Palace in Fort Portal Tourism City.
Subjects carry drums, spears and other objects and gather at the palace called a kaswa, where one of the pasita makes a loud mouth alarm, an indication to all the people of Toro that the empango has started. A declaration of empango is made, characterized by a makondere traditional dance, as subjects move around their kaswa traditional site. The drums and spears from the traditional site are then presented to the for blessings, where the king hit the drum 9 times, followed by other rituals which are performed late in the evening till morning of the Mpango celebration day. This year's Mpango is under the theme Protecting Our Environment, Traditions and Cultural Heritage.
While as the subjects of the Chabazinga of Busoga continue to celebrate the good news of the revelation of the royal wedding between Queen of Chabazinga and the King, the Chabazinga William Gabula Nadiope, and Queen of Wa Chabazinga Inaibantu Jovia Mutesi, the kingdom is in the advanced preparations for the 9th coronation of the Chabazinga. The coronation will be held on Wednesday at Namugalwe Playground in Chigulu Chiefdom Iganga district under the theme Harnessing the Environment by Planting Food, Fruit and Medicinal Trees. The resident district commissioner Sadala Wandera has assured the public of heightened security and asked the public to come in big numbers. Let's take a look.
Preparations for the 9th coronation anniversary of the reigning Royal Highness of Busoga Kingdom, William Wilberforce Nadiope Gabula IV, gets to the D-Day for Wednesday this week. Chabazinga subjects can't wait to celebrate the day. The historic annual festival will be celebrated at Namungalwe Playground in Chigolo Chiefdom in Iganga district this Wednesday. In many of the designated location series of communal activities have commenced, among them health camps that set up in various parts of Busoga region.
We have offered consultation for all our patients, and we have been having medical officers, clinical officers and other medical workers offer consultation.
While the Chabazinga subjects continue to celebrate the timely news of his chosen wife to marry at a date later to be announced, many are waiting to see the Inebantu of Busoga Jovia Mutesi on Wednesday as His Royal Highness William Wilberforce Gabula Nadiope IV celebrates his 9th coronation at Namungalwe Playground,
where he will be unveiling Mama Busoga to the Busoga and to the entire world of the First Lady of Busoga, the Mama of Busoga. Please join us to celebrate, commemorate the 9th anniversary of Busoga Chabazinga.
And as part of the preparations, the resident district commissioner and head of security in the district, Sadala Wandera, assures the public of heightened security and to turn up in big numbers to witness the historic 9th coronation of Kyabazinga Nadiope IV.
Be supported by our colleagues, the army, and other well-wishers to support the entire function.
Highlighting the theme for this year's celebration, the Busoga Kingdom Minister for Culture, Wechitiwa Richard Mafumo, emphasized the importance of preserving environment by planting trees, fruits, and other local cherished medical plants. This year's anniversary holds a special distinction as it marks the first time the king is accompanied by his queen. The unveiling of the Inebantu Her Royal Highness Jovia Mutesi took place on Thursday last week, adding a new chapter to Busoga's history.
Ginger Road has dispersed Boda cyclists with tear gas for attacking traffic police officers following an accident involving a one Chimboya Stephen, a Boda cyclist. Police say Chimboya was knocked by a garbage truck while trying to evade KCCA traffic enforcement officers along Ginger Road.
Cyclist with Boda number UFP 327T along Ginger Road has been confirmed dead in an accident by the home clean garbage truck number UBG 843M. It is alleged that Chimbo's accident was caused when he was trying to evade KCCA traffic enforcement officers, thus colliding with the home clean garbage truck. Stephen Chimbo's accident prompted Boda cyclists to attack Ginger Road traffic police officers, accusing them to have been the root cause for the death of Stephen Chimbo. This forced the police to disperse them with tear gas, and some were arrested. However, tear gas did not prevent the Boda cyclists from expressing their dissatisfaction towards traffic police. The home clean garbage truck number UBG 843M was later dumped by the driver around Chibuli. The deputy police spokesperson in Kampala Metropolitan, Lukowe Sigile, confirmed the death of Stephen Chimbowa and that investigations for the cause of the accident are still ongoing.
That later on led to what we call a disruption of traffic, which prompted our officers to use reasonable force to disrupt the people had organized block traffic along Ginger Road. It is alleged that the rider, one Chimbowa Stephen, was knocked by a Hino truck, white in color, belonging to Home Clean, and the cause of the accident itself is being investigated. We don't know.
Owesigile, however, condemned the actions of Boda cyclists towards the traffic police. The body of Stephen Chimbowa was later taken to Mulago Hospital for post-mortem. Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.
Now, FDC chairpersons and general secretaries from 113 districts have petitioned the President, Patrick Amuriat, to evoke his powers in the FDC constitution and summon the chairperson, Ambassador Waswa Birigwa, and his vice, Salam Musumba, for disciplinary action. The chairman of Masaka City, who represented the petitioners, Senzoga Joseph, also requested the president in the same petition to cancel the 19th September extraordinary delegates conference organized by Ambassador Waso Birigwa within 48 hours because it is illegal.
Some leaders of Forum for Democratic Change Party have held a meeting with the new chairpersons and general secretaries from various districts across the country to encourage them to be firm in the new positions they have acquired.
We cannot afford. Look, we have wasted how much time now? 1 year on this fight in the party. You must therefore ask if those who are leading these fights are actually interested in the future of this party or your future as a leader and a member of this party.
Has entered into our party, and the devil of greed. So for that reason, the only way, the only weapon for us, for those who can pray, let's pray for our party.
This arrangement also has taken place amidst the exercise of picking nomination forms at party headquarters for those people who want to take up positions as members of the National Executive Committee of the party. Geoffrey Ikanya, the Treasurer General, and Robert Centenary, Chairman-elect, Kasese District, are some of the people who have picked nomination forms.
This morning, I picked form for the position of Treasurer General for the upcoming election, which is scheduled for 6th October. For this position, this is going to be my last term as a Treasurer General.
I decided to pick these forms to participate in the election of the Secretary for Publicity and Information, whom people have been calling the spokesperson of the party. Ideally, I have been referred to as a vigilante. Now the vigilante wants to assume office officially.
During this meeting, the chairman, Masaka Senzoga Joseph, presented a petition from chairpersons and general secretaries from 113 districts requesting the party president, Patrick Oboya-Muriat, to take disciplinary action on the chairman of the party, Ambassador Waso Birigwa.
Within those 48 hours, failure to heed this, our call, we direct the party president to exercise his powers within Article 28, subsection C and B, part 3, that states the president may recommend disciplinary action against any member who fails in his duties and absconds from party business. In the case of such a recommendation, the president may appoint anyone to act in such a capacity.
Some members who had just been sworn in as new leaders and had wished to attend the 19th September extraordinary meeting in their old positions are warned.
No standard for you to take oath and you start participating in the meetings that are being called by people who, yes, some of them are leaders of the party, but they are convening those meetings without the full support of the leadership of the party. I think that is very risky.
Enough is enough. Our brothers are after making what we call a coup, using that 19th delegates conference. They don't want to go through elections. They just want to go there, pass a resolution. Everybody is now put aside, we put new ones.
Meanwhile, all members of FDC party who continue to hold meetings purported to be for the party outside the headquarters do it on their own. And those who solicit money and spend it without presenting it to the Treasurer General of the FDC party do it illegally. I'm Nafka Farida and Dan Lugemwa at Najanankumbi.
A multi-agency team from Kenya and Uganda are on a 5-day road safety campaign from Malaba border to the Uganda-DRC border of Mpondo in Kasese. The Northern Corridor campaign is geared at educating road users on the common risks and causes of road accidents.
According to the Uganda Annual Crime Report 2022, There were 21,473 casualties from the road crashes in 2022. To help curb rampant road crashes, the Northern Corridor Transit and Transport Coordination Authority, in collaboration with multi-agency teams from Uganda, have unveiled a Northern Corridor Route road safety campaign.
Let's think safety along all the Northern Corridor routes. In Uganda, there are more than 2,000 kilometers of the Northern Corridor road. As you head to South Sudan, as you head to Burundi, Rwanda, DRC, Northern Corridor accounts for more than 12,000 kilometers.
The campaign covers, among other issues, driver fatigue, mitigation initiatives, road users' safety, and driver health sensitization.
UNRWA, we are requesting you about the roadside stations to follow it up so that this driver gets where to rest. Lakini dawa ya usingizi ni nini? Dawa ya usingizi ni nini? Sio mairungi, hapana.
Uganda National Roads Authority should mark the yellow and white lines. Lack of these lines is one of the major causes of accidents, especially at night.
Northern Corridor route comprises of a road network from Mombasa, Nairobi, Kampala, Kigali, Bujumbura, Juba, Goma, and Kisangani. Meanwhile, truck drivers have decried the long queues and traffic congestion at the Malaba border, the busiest border crossing on the Northern Corridor.
The traffic jam stretches for over 40 kilometers into Kenya. We have been in the jam for 3 days. We are told the breakdown of the scanner is the cause. Honestly, can the scanner be fixed or new ones procured by our government? The drivers are stressed due to the problems and the unnecessary expenditure.
Their plight has come to the attention of the Transporters Association and the relevant authorities, who are calling for an urgent and permanent solution to the problem in order to boost trade and expedite the turnaround time for trailers.
We need 3 scanners in Malaba. We need 4 lanes. Just 4 lanes, and it is easy. It is easy to get 4 lanes. Each lane should be armed with a scanner. Once line 1 gets a problem, they can go on the line 2. Or line 3 or line 4.
Seamless movement of cargo being the important objective of the corridor, we feel that the issue of breakdown of systems at the border needs to be looked at the highest level of all our member states.
The Malaba border, which connects Kenya to Uganda, handles an average of 1,700 to 2,000 trucks per day crossing the border. Clearance system and scanner breakdown often leads to dire consequences.
The DP youth leader Ismail Chiria has appealed to government to carry out strong security measures that terrorists violated. Addressing journalists at City House in Kampala, Chiria told the media that Ugandans operating in gatherings like markets, considering the previous bomb scare in Entebbe, are not safe.
The Democratic Party youth have downplayed government laxity in ending terrorism in the country. DP youth leader Ismail Chiria told journalists in Kampala that common gatherings in markets are ignored by security, yet they could be soft spots for terrorists.
The nation on the current state of security. This came after Uganda had just experienced a bomb scare, which were stationed at one of the churches in Entebbe, then later detonated by Ugandan police. Deploy heavily in the public gatherings so that the security can help the public to identify these bombs in case they are there.
He was flanked by Kamoga John Bosco, who is contesting for the post of Lord Mayor 2026, Ken Musanyusa, the MP contestant for Nakawa East, and Farouk Babra, the Youth Secretary of Uganda Democrats. Chiria also commented on the president's speech on security and digital number plates in Uganda and advised government on valuing the taxpayers' money, quoting the failed contract at Luwa Hospital.
He says The digital number plates will fight crime in the country, which is very okay, and we call upon it to continue in that line.
The DP officials also advised Ministry of Education and UNEB to come up with one number for the students instead of using the index number, national ID number, and the learner's number all at once.
That some of the learners may end up confusing these things because they are tasked to have memorize your NIN, memorize your LIN, memorize your index number. Why doesn't UNEB collaborate with Ministry of Education to come up with one number? Maybe we are proposing.
Marcia Kankwasa reporting for UBC.
Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, UBC, has hosted the leader of the Seventh-day Adventist faith in Uganda. The two entities promised a mutual working relationship.
The leader of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Uganda, Pastor Dr. Moses Makar, paid a courtesy visit to Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, commending the working relationship between UBC and the SDA faith in Uganda. Together with the Communication Director, Uganda Union Mission for the Seventh-day Adventist Church, Pastor Rogers Kagwa, they were hosted by the Managing Director, Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, Winston Agawa, who lauded the church in its diligent service towards national building and development.
As management of UBC, we promise to always respect different people in their different religious beliefs. We can give you the assurance that the Seventh-day Adventists who work with us, we follow their norms and we do not coerce them to work when they're supposed to be replenishing. So thank you, and we shall look forward to even a better relationship between the Seventh-day Adventists and Uganda Broadcasting Corporation.
Mr. Agaba promised a friendly working environment where UBC as a national broadcaster is mandated to offer a platform to all religious denominations. On a UBC tour both in its TV and radio studios, Pastor Makar prayed for all staff of the corporation, highlighting how exemplary they should be while practicing their mandate to the nation.
We want to thank you and appreciate the work that you are doing here. And that's the most important reason of our coming, is to come to encourage you, that you may not know it, but we hear you, we see you, and we know you. And we appreciate that which you are doing for the nation. If you want to know your description manual as a creature from God, there is no other text that defines what God created you for other than that text. It sums up what God expects of you. It sums up what God will in the end ask of you after all is said and done, whether you lived to your created expectation.
In appreciation, the Seventh Adventist Uganda Union offered a plaque and literature to Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, beseeching them to be readers, doers of the Word of God. UBC has had a good working relationship with the Seventh Adventist Church in airing its functions on its different TVs and radio stations. The flagship SDA program, SDA Today, that airs every Saturday, has been on air for more than 40 years, spreading the gospel of Christ. The Seventh-day Adventist faith is a Christian denomination distinguished in following the Bible entirely, emphasizing the imminent second coming of Jesus Christ. Ngabo Amon, reporting for UBC TV.
Next. Now, wetlands in Kampala business district have been highly degraded through the construction of factories, churches, and even community settlements, which calls for immediate remedial plans. This wetland encroachment puts sanitation and hygiene in slum areas at risk, as well as causing flooding. Head of Public and Corporate Affairs at Kampala Capital City Authority, Simon Kasiate, cautions the public against reckless driving as the climate change effects hits Kampala's poorly drained roads.
KCCA has upgraded drainage channels to divert floods in the 5 divisions of Kampala and constructing cities' roads. However, the flooding problem in Kampala remains. Kampala's wetlands act as catchment areas but are encroached upon by the people despite warnings against encroachment.
As we have seen from our desilting teams and those that are working on unclogging by runoff water, we are seeing a situation where a lot of the garbage that we've been throwing indiscriminately around the city is clogging our waterways and therefore impeding the ability of rainwater or runoff to flow to the low ends of the city as it should have.
The roads that had earlier been patched up with tarmac and others with marram have been washed away by the rains, leaving potholes. Kasiate, however, says KCCA is working tooth and nail to resolve the problem.
It's a dire situation that we find ourselves in as a city, but one thing is for sure, all hands are on deck from our engineering departments, our road maintenance teams are on the ground that anyone can try and ensure that we mitigate whatever can be mitigated.
Meanwhile, until drainage systems is rectified, Kampala's roads will always have a pothole wherever the rain season begins and ends. Justin Nakami in Kampala.
And Government Chief Whip David Obua has implored MPs to utilize the recess period and ensure government resources are put to good use. The MPs were last week sent by the Speaker of Parliament to a working vacation and to monitor government programs in their respective constituencies. David Obua has reminded the MPs of the recent key government programs being implemented at district and constituency levels.
The members were last week sent to a long working recess to participate in an oversight and monitoring of government programs at respective districts and constituencies.
This recess will be an absolute one. I expect you to head to your constituencies to monitor and implement government programs. Because we are also tired of saying members are not in the house. Now we have opponents like what was raised the other day. So now I want you to go and work with those opponents and make sure you protect your constituency.
The government chief whip, David Obua, has reminded the MPs of the ongoing government programs.
There are 3 programs of the National Resistance Movement government. 2 are flagship programs on poverty alleviation. Then 1 is a recent innovation and initiative by His Excellency the President, especially to ensure that roads within districts, cities and municipalities are made motorable through maintenance and rehabilitation.
Parliament in this financial year appropriated an additional 1 billion shillings to cater for road maintenance and rehabilitation in each district in Uganda. The District Road Committee, which is established under the Uganda Road Fund Act 2008, has the mandate to execute the services. The MPs contribute to the membership of a District Road Committee, including mayors or district chairpersons and the chief administrative officers. Chief Whip David Obua reveals that 250 million has been sent to the Q1 of this financial year and tasks the MPs to participate in the success of the proper use of the resources accordingly.
We do not work on roads. Roads are supposed to be worked on by engineers, but we have the role and responsibility of appropriating and overseeing whatever we have appropriated. So indirectly, it is also our role. So we must move down on the ground and ensure that we monitor all the funding. Now, you also know that apart from these 3, we are sending resources and education. School facilities grant, we are sending resources, even under sports. We are supporting every district, city and municipality with some grant. That money is there. We are sending resources for water and sanitation. We are sending resources for construction.
The MPs are also mandated to monitor the groups which have each received 30 million through a Myoga initiative and the parish circles which have fully received the funds appropriated by Parliament.
What are their stories? Success stories, challenges, such that as leaders in society, we are able to know that much as we have given this money, successes are here, failures are here, challenges are here, opportunities are here.
The four-time Member of Parliament, David Obua, shares the other benefits of such a recess period to the Members of Parliament.
It is befitting, it is motivating, it is inspiring for you as a leader to be with the people. You are a man of the people, you are a woman of the people. You must be with them. And when you be with them, they are the reasons why you are in Kampala.
Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gutabinji, UBC News.
Water, please. Can I pay with Momo?
No.
Ha. Hey, can I pay with Momo? Ha.
Here's our merchant code.
Oh, very good.
7 mega?
20. Can I pay with Momo?
Unfortunately, no.
Ha. Baby, let's go.
When paying with MTN Momo comes with more benefits for everyone, it just doesn't make sense not to have it.
Hello, I've come for rent.
Can I pay with Momo?
Yes, you can.
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cashback every week. It's free of charge. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3#.
In this family, we can't agree on anything.
Martha.
We can't even agree on what to watch. All the games to play.
Martha.
Ndoza Mulabi, we can't even agree on what to eat. At least the one thing for now we can all agree on is the soap to use. He likes that it's big and lasts long. Anti-economy. I like that it keeps my skin smooth. Ate alina echovu. And the children like that. It smells amazing. Everyone is happy. Movit soap comes in 4 fantastic flavors. Movit family soap is truly soap for the whole family.
Movit. All day confidence.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
Uncle, you should see London.
Oh, my boy. This has been 5 years. You should see Uganda.
Yes. Uncle Marcus, this is my former school.
See, soon there will be more than 1 million children learning like this for free.
This is impressive. Do you even have connection out here?
Well, we have 100% 4G countrywide.
Okay.
We even have 5G too.
That's approximately 700 billion Uganda shillings in tax, making Airtel one of the largest corporate income taxpayers over the last 5 years, helping build a better Uganda.
Today your son saw our new Uganda.
Thank you, Uganda, for imagining it with us and making us the fastest growing telecom in the country over the past 5 years.
Tata ni Mama Sarah.
Wanji?
We did all we could. Naye we couldn't save her. I'm sorry. You brought her in very late. Malaria destroyed her organs and reduced her blood levels. She was anemic. You know how dangerous malaria is. I am sorry, but malaria has killed your daughter.
Malaria kills more people in Uganda than any other disease. Protect your loved ones from this enemy. Ensure everyone in your family sleeps under a mosquito net every night, whether it's a cold or hot season, to protect them from malaria. In the event that any of your family members shows malaria signs and symptoms, take them to the nearest health center immediately to prevent complications from from malaria that could result into death. Together, we can chase malaria out of Uganda. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health with support from Global Fund.
Welcome back. You are still watching News Tonight. Heads of security in Kampala metropolitan area have urged politicians to be cooperative to harmonize efforts to curb the country's terrorist attacks. This follows the Electoral Commission allowing politicians to tour the country, mobilizing for their manifestos.
The Electoral Commission allowed politicians to hold rallies across the country to announce their manifestos, but this has forced security officials in Kampala Metropolitan to call for cooperation to avert security threats.
Much as we have so many political players in the field, we want them to stick to the guidelines and to the security needs in the particular areas where they are going to consult, where they are going to display their manifestos from, because what we really need as security is that we need our natives, we need our citizens safe, we need them secure, and their properties secure.
But the only problem that we are facing is that some of the elements are going in the field with a different agenda. The first agenda is that they want to create that hate speech, which I think is not necessary at the moment.
The security heads, led by Deputy RCC for Kampala, Yasin Ndide, warned politicians against failing to follow regulations.
However, those who intend to violate, we shall trigger a few tactics to make sure that the Ugandans are safe. Because you alone, you cannot take lives of Ugandans because you want power. No. There are so many that lost lives, and we don't think we can have that again in the country. So where we feel you're insecure, we shall always guide you on what to do. If you feel you cannot, we shall put some simple resistance.
He also spoke about the public places, including tax parks, markets, and said that security has been increased and urged the people of Uganda to work together to eradicate the ongoing terrorism.
Those bags, they normally use that to carry some of these devices, and some of them are not detectable by maybe metal detector and everything. But make sure you become vigilant on all those places, gathering places, so that we can secure the gatherers. We know they are still around, some are still at large, but we know that we're still monitoring them, and we only help us when we help you. But we want to assure them that they will never succeed.
The team visited these places to ascertain coordination by the security forces. The management of these places, including markets, tax parks and bus parks, explained the measures taken to avert insecurity.
Olumu paaka zibadde zikozesebwa ng'omuntu ayingirira buli waasanze. Naye era bwe musanga mmwe abasaabaze nga tutaddewo enkyukakyuka nti emiryango egibadde giyingira mu paaka tugambe gibadde 5 ne musanga nga kuliko 3 egiyingira, temukaayana. Kubanga ekyo tuba tukikola okwongera okunyweza ebyokwerinda by'abantu mu paaka ate ne mu taxi. N'olwekyo mugoberere entegeka yonna gye muba musanze nga tutadde ku paaka. Ekikwatagana n'okuteekawo metal detectors twazigula dda ezikebera abantu n'ebintu byabwe ku paaka, ate twagala okwongera okusaba abakulembeze b'amasiteegi mwenna buli stage ya taxi ebeere ne metal detector.
Nicholas Nduga, UBC News.
of Education and Sports is training local government officials to implement the Education Management Information System. The program will ease planning for the education sector.
Ministry of Education and Sports training for local government officials on the Education Management Information System intends to expedite the implementation process.
So instead of getting all these hard copies transmitted, the delays along the way, and then the inefficiencies associated with accurate information, we believe that with EMIS and considering individual learner information, we believe that this information is going to be more accurate and it's a more efficient way of transmitting the information, and it's easier for us to manipulate this data to achieve many other planning responsibilities that we have.
Leaders will supervise and train district education officials while establishing baseline for a nationwide coverage and enforcement.
If you may be aware, teachers all over the country have had to register online, so they have had to get away. You go to the nearest center and you should be able to do that. Yeah. Otherwise, our support officers are going out, especially to those hard to reach areas. They will help them to do the registration.
Schools are not familiar with the system, while those with the MS numbers lack MS accounts. Limited manpower to affect overhauled adoption of this innovation, although the system is challenged by poor connectivity and offline arrangement, is recommended to widen coverage.
We recently recruited 52 MS support officers, and these officers are going to be deployed across the country to help our different stakeholders. Each MS officers is going to handle around 3 local governments, and as I said, they are going to work with this critical mass we have created. Remember, we have a mix of schools, and we have also the DEO and his team in the local government. So these are now supposed to cascade this training to the heads of education institutions. Some of them who may be struggling on how to use the system. And we are trying to see that even the other data requirements can be handled offline. And this, I think, will ease the problem of connectivity. Given the fact that we are sending officers who will be able to train our heads of education institutions on how to interact with the system and how to use all these functionalities on the system.
Statistics show that 39,456 education institutions, accounting to 53% of the estimated 74,074 institutions spanning from a pre-primary to tertiary, have uploaded the data of the learners. Komagum Rogers for UBC.
Leaders in Karamoja region have called for the harmonization of relief packages by supporting partners to avoid inappropriate responses to the regional humanitarian challenges. The Amadat District Chairperson Joseph Nangole says there are many projects extended to the Karamojong but are not compatible to the region's climate.
The Karamoja Resilience Support Unit, working with the USAID and other partners, are working towards the deliberate sustainable strategies for achieving food security and economic growth in Karamoja. Programming targets market-led approaches in humanitarian and dry land contexts.
Develop the ability to grow more resilient crops in the region. I've seen others developing private sector opportunities around beekeeping, some of the traditional methods of beekeeping that are enhanced to produce more, and then also around livestock. We've actually developed some markets around the sub-region to be able to help facilitate the trade, buying and selling of livestock.
Stakeholders in the Karamoja response plans need to harmonize humanitarian arrangements towards the Karamojong to bolster socio-economic transformation.
It's important to be able to get that local perspective, to be able to understand, in this case, what the Karamojong think is the right solution to their problems that they have. They may not understand all the resources that are available, so we come in with resources. They come in with the perspective on how those resources can be best utilized.
Even in terms of policy, there are proposals which are not adopted to the pastoralist way of life.
Leaders in the region say the uncoordinated response plans have led to the redundancy of resources which are not compatible to the environment needs.
That any partner, any government must adhere to participatory
rural appraisals of projects or the communities to participate in designing of the programs so that these programs become viable, and even it will enhance the sustainability. The reason why most of the projects just die in the event of the end of the project is because they are pushed to the people. So there is no ownership.
And this also determines the kind of outcomes and impacts that we will see at the end of the day.
The collaboration of humanitarian development practitioners will gain a deep understanding of how collective efforts have addressed food security challenges and conflicts in Karamoja region. Abdul Nasir Lubwama for UBC.
To take a quick break, we return with business news.
Are you tired of high fees and slow transfer time when sending money? Airtel Money is here to revolutionize the way you move your money. We have revised our rates back to ground. Sending money from Airtel to other networks in Uganda, East Africa, and to the rest of the world has never been more affordable. Dial *185# and start sending money. Switch to Airtel Money today and experience unbeatable rates and top-notch services for all your local and international money transfer needs. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
Hello, Mom. How did you sleep? How is Alongo? Oh, Mommy, how is Grandma? And Simba, the dog, yeah, the funny one.
Call Boda on any network in Uganda with Airtel Boda voice bundles. Dial *100*1#, select Call Boda to choose bundles from as low as 1,000 shillings from daily, weekly, monthly, or bundles that don't expire. Call Boda on any network in Uganda with Airtel. A reason to imagine.
Welcome back. You are still watching News Tonight. Now in business news, Entebbe Municipal Council launched the disbursement of parish development model that aims at transforming people's lives, where 1,000 beneficiaries received 428 million shillings from counties making Entebbe municipality. The resident district commissioner, Wakiso Justine Mbabazi, launched the disbursement exercise at Works Playground yesterday and cautioned men who are waiting to steal the money from their women.
Residents from 4 counties making Entebbe municipality convened at Works Playground to officially receive the long-awaited PDM funds. The first beneficiaries out of the 1,009 intended households received 1 million shillings.
You have received 1 million from the account of Group Sako.
The resident district commissioner urged the responsible authorities to ensure that the PDM funds reach intended groups of people at a stipulated time.
PDM funds is not for organizing party weddings. PDM funds is not for celebrating birthdays, parties. It is purposely to add value on that very person, the so-called Mwejere, to make sure that at least in 3 years' time, this person will be able to refund back this money.
Twagala okweyama ng'abakulembeze tugenda kukola ekisoboka okugoberera n'okulondoola enteekateeka eno etuleeteddwa okulaba nti etuukirira nga bwe yateekateekebwa nga ffenna tukolera wamu.
Some beneficiaries complained about the process.
Naye we were surprised okutugamba nti
Central Ward temugenda kufuna ssente. Abantu baffe bonna twabadde tubagambye ssente zigenda kubeerawo. Naye kijja kitya nti ku ssaawa esembayo batu-disappointinze.
Emmanuel Mugisha Gachalo, Entebbe Municipal Town Clerk, said the process has moved smoothly despite unavoidable circumstances which led to delay, but they are rectifying some mistakes.
Government has put up the program to ensure that we transform those members of our society who are still very poor, who are not in the money economy. We want to bring them on the money economy, and so we cannot allow anyone to solicit money from them. Money that it's irregular, it's illegal, it's criminal. So it's something we are investigating, and once we establish the facts, the law will take its course.
We have identified some leaders from Central Ward, those who have been deleting some names and replacing them with their family members, which is against this program, and it is a sign of corruption. So what we are going to do, we have already identified who is who, and that's why we have stopped their file, not proceed until we sort this leader.
Shaidat Nasakum, Sulaka Gugube, UBC News.
1-0.
Sports, the long-awaited 2023 University Football League is finally underway. Opening day action was between defending champions at home, Uganda Matters University in Nkozi against Bugema University.
Defending Pepsi University League champions Uganda Matters University in Nkozi has started title defense with an opening day 3-1 victory over Bugema University. Played before a largely partisan crowd in Nkozi, Uganda Matters took a half-time lead after an Ivan Agamire 37th minute strike. A second-half brace by Akbar Sentongo ensured that Uganda Matters starts on a winning note.
Today the strategy was all about winning. The flair was out. No, we didn't come to play to enjoy the game, but we came to play to win. That is the mentality we had, that is the strategy, and we had everything in our power on the day, and we took the day.
The visitors' only joy came in the 94th minute for what truly turned out to be a consolation goal by Dennis Kimuli.
I must say we have had a slow start, but the team is promising. We have conceded 3 goals to the champion. I must accept our opponents had a better day, but we are going to go back and organize. We shall come back stronger in the next fixture, and I'm very sure and confident we shall win the next one.
Action continues on Wednesday with the St. Lawrence University hosting Nyankomba University at Kavule. This year's 11th season of the Pepsi University Football League is of 23 teams and will end in May 2024. John Barnes, Centum, UBC News.
Well, that does it for News Tonight. For now, we do return at 10 o'clock with more details. Elizabeth Nakakoni on Sign Language. I am Rhoda Ngonzi.
UBC, inspiring Uganda. This week on UBC. This week on UBC.
I don't know if I can be a soul sister.
Yes.
I'm probably a soul judge.
You can be everything. That is amazing.
When I misbehaved at school, they did call my dad.
Did he ever maybe come and beat you, punish you?
He told the headmistress that no, there was one thing, I used to love my nails. I still do.
Yeah.
So I had long nails and I'm not supposed to. She called him and